Our top story tonight, insurance companies not paying up when they should, and homeowners thinking they had complete coverage when they didn't. It's a growing problem across the country. Folks up and down the East Coast say they were shortchanged by their insurance companies after Superstorm Sandy. And now we're hearing reports of similar issues in Oklahoma after that devastating tornado. This is an important story for all homeowners, even those not directly affected by these recent storms. With us now, Chip Merlin from the Merlin Law Group and John Doak, Oklahoma's insurance commissioner. John, I'll start with you. I understand you've had something like 22,000 claims out there. How's it going? What's the latest estimate of the damage?
Well, the latest estimate of the damage is we do have over 22,000 claims that have been filed in the last 8 days, and the process has been very, very efficient. We're not hearing some of the reports that you are related to some of the topics, so I'd be interested to learn more about that. But we feel like the consumers are being taken care of. Oklahomans are being taken care of. The military, we've been 8 days since the day of the tornado, and the adjusters and the insurance companies could not get in until about 3 days ago. But we had basically an insurance village set up, which is really the first time this has ever been done in a major catastrophe, where homeowners could come to one physical place and get their claim started at the First Baptist Church of Moore, which has been very, very efficient.
Well, boy, did you have a big disaster there. There's no doubt about it. And, of course, it's very early in the process. You say the insurance agents have been on site for about 3 days. We've got lots of time to go. I understand that the debris removal is about to begin. What would you tell people on the ground there who are, making claims? What should they get done before that debris is removed?
Well, one of the things is the area is pretty much entirely devastated, so these lots are, a large portion of them are going to be totally scraped, and they need to get that debris up within 20 feet, and we have a partnership. We had a meeting earlier today with the City of Moore and the FEMA officials, and we're going to be coming out tomorrow with a very clear bulletin for consumers to understand exactly how that debris removal is going to work in partnership with FEMA. So they need to get it to about 15 to 20 feet of the right-of-way, and then that will be picked up, and it'll be a very efficient process.
Wow, that's just so much stuff and so much so much material that is personal effects of people out there. Chip, to you, John was asking what are the problems out there. He's not seeing any. And, of course, what I've seen, having covered the industry for a long time, is that insurance policies were rewritten well ahead of this storm because of the kinds of losses insurance companies have had from big tornadoes, big thunderstorms. They've been trying to reduce the amount of money they have to lay out. Chip, what are you hearing about Oklahoma?
Well, it's too early to tell right now. I mean, who knows? If they're only 3 days away from it, you can't say everything's just going according to Hoyle because the insurance companies haven't been put to test yet. The real question is how quickly are the insurance companies getting money to their policyholders, and what are the insurance companies to do proactively, investigate and evaluate the full amount of damage? I mean, right now, all that debris is going to be taken away. And within that debris, just like you said, Jerry, there's contents. There's all kinds of parts of the building. People need to be out there taking photographs and videotape before it all gets wiped away, because that's evidence in their favor, not the insurance company's favor.
Well, Chip, as you know, President Obama was in New Jersey today, and the state has been very proud of saying that they are clearing out claims. 93% of claims have been closed. But is that the whole story there? That's an unbelievable statistic. They used to quote those types of statistics in the state of Florida after all of our hurricanes, and they're never true. When you ask and you go out in the field, you ask people, is your claim done? What you'll find is they're getting paid a part, and the insurance companies may say it's closed, but they're still trying to seek more, but the insurance company considers the claim closed. What we're hearing up and down the Jersey Shore is that the federal flood insurance program has been extraordinarily slow, and it doesn't pay everything that people have lost in the storm. Right. And you, from a residence to a business across the board, we hear that. We also hear a lot of people not getting paid the full amount of money from their wind carrier either, which raises a whole different issue of proof. But isn't it true that in most of these claims, a lot of these claims, let me put it that way, I've covered this for a long time, it's not unusual to get checks for 50 to 60% of your claim. And to your point about the 93% number not being believable, I mean, the claims are closed, yes, but 1 out of 4 got no money. Right, Chip?
And they're still fighting to get more. The insurance company might consider them to be closed, but they're not going out and doing additional investigation. The National Flood Program is a great example. They send somebody out there, they did their estimate, that's it. If you want more, you got to submit it to us, but they don't send somebody out to re-inspect. They just want to see what you've got, and then you go through an appeal process with bureaucrats, and that's not the way it should be handled.
John, to you, because I've seen you quoted saying that you think the insurance companies did a great job of offering policies at a number of levels so that even people who maybe didn't make a ton of dough could still have some kind of insurance for their house. At the end of the day, though, do you expect those people to be paid out in total to be able to rebuild completely on the basis of their insurance check?
Well, the way it works in Oklahoma, we believe that the free market and capitalism of the insurance market works very, very well in our state. When folks are competing for consumers' business in the state of Oklahoma, that really is the best case for us in our state. And our state is, we're very used to tornado, hail activity. We had the May 99 storm. Oklahoma City came through that very, very well. And we know that we will come through and rebuild in this more tornado, which is impacted. But there are many different types of policies that are out there, and we regulate and license over 100,000 insurance agents in the state of Oklahoma. And we believe that they do a very effective job of communicating that to consumers. When they have these choices that are out there, it's really in their best interest. But we get over 30,000 phone calls a year, 1 million hits a year at the Oklahoma Insurance Department website. This is not our first tornado to go through. We just went through one in Woodward,
That's
Oklahoma.
Right.
It's been our year anniversary, and we take a lot of pride in working with this case by case with consumers.
And listen, I have all the respect for what you're doing right now. My concern, as always, is with the consumer, and if they're getting the deal they expected and getting the coverage they expect. And of course, it's too early to know right now in Oklahoma. John, go ahead.
Let me tell you what we did Saturday morning. I brought together all the insurers that were here, that have been here for the last 6 days. Had a meeting at the Oklahoma Insurance Department website at the department. They came in, we talked to them, and they know my expectations is for them to take care of policyholders in a quick, efficient manner, get the cash in their hands, and then we'll begin to work with them on a case-by-case basis. Again, this is Oklahoma, and we take care of each other, which may be different than some of the other parts of the country, but we're going to do a good job for Oklahoma consumers, and the insurance companies will be paying their policy as designed.
Well, I hope you're right, and I pray you're right, and I hope everything goes right in Oklahoma. I've just seen so many examples where consumers have been disappointed, Chip, frankly. Last word here to you, Chip. You know, not only do you have situations where, you know, look, the policies themselves are written in a way that it's tough to get full coverage because people can't pay for full coverage. The deductibles have been raised. The limits have been lowered. What do you expect to be the final story, Chip, in Oklahoma?
I think you're going to find a lot of people that are going to get partial payments. Oklahoma is not a valued policy law state, unlike a lot of the states that have a very proactive consumer policy that if you have a policy limit and your house is totally destroyed, you get to pay the policy limit. Oklahoma is not that way. I expect because there have been changes in policy forms that people are going to get a depreciated amount back for the roof, that they're not going to get the full replacement back for it. I expect all kinds of matching problems and problems that are going to come out. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope the insurance commissioner's right, but I haven't found that personally representing people all over the country. I don't think it's going to happen this time either.
You guys did a great job. Thanks for coming on today. Chip and John, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.